Good morning, everyone. Who had fun with yesterday's video? I know I did, because I knew I'd get some flack, I knew I'd get some negative comments, and that's totally okay. That's just how it is. However, huge however, this rig is phenomenal. It's a great truck, and there are a million times more than 5 reasons why I love this truck. And today, I'm gonna go over those. So for all you guys who got a little upset yesterday about the 5 reasons I didn't like the truck, hopefully today will redeem myself, because there are a plethora of reasons why you should buy the Toyota Tacoma. And let's go over a few of them today. Read some of the comments from yesterday's video. It is entertaining as hell. You Toyota guys are so sensitive. Quick side note, I know I ramble sometimes, I apologize for that, but I also realized, and I just got done editing this video, that I said phenomenally and super like a million times. So if you're looking for a drinking game, every time I say phenomenal or super, take a drink. Sorry, back to your video. I think we can all agree that the first reason why you should buy one is looks. I mean, styling wise, they've done a phenomenal job. The 2020s are slightly different, and they have a little bit different headlight options and taillight options and grille options. But I've tossed the TRD Pro Grill on this one, and I really like it. But overall, this truck is super sleek. It's low profile. It looks smaller than it actually is, because I actually thought the Jeep Gladiator was way bigger, but they're actually the exact same size when I did the side-by-side comparison. But other than that, I mean, you cannot deny that this is a great looking truck. So we'll start off with that. So I started with looks because, let's be honest, most of us are attracted to looks first. Not a big deal. It's just human nature. Second reason why I love the Tacoma is because of reliability. Buying this truck, you know that you're going to have it for a good solid 300,000-400,000 miles, and it's just going to keep on putting out for you every single time. Except for this morning, it took me like 4 times to start it, but I think that was just because the clutch was frozen, because it's like 10 degrees outside. But besides those really random days where it just won't start for you, it is super reliable every single time. This truck is going to last forever, and I really appreciate knowing that going into it. All right, let's try and plow out of this driveway real quick. Moving on. The next reason a Tacoma is a phenomenal buy, or any Toyota in that aspect, is resale. You can absolutely not deny that the resale on these vehicles is phenomenal. I mean, you can't even buy a used one for less than a new one, it seems like. If you go to a dealership right now and you look for like a 2019 model rig, it's probably going to cost you more than a new rig is. Why? I have no idea. I mean, look at the FJ Cruiser prices. Those suckers are like 30 grand with 50,000 miles on them and like 5 years old. What? Doesn't even make sense. But Toyota captures that and is able to do it on every single rig, and the Tacoma is one of those rigs included. So you get you a good solid package, you get you a good solid truck, and it's going to last. Reliability and resale value. You're going to make money on it, especially if you keep it for the long run. So resale, resale, resale. Phenomenal reason to buy another Tacoma, or to buy one in the first place. You can't get that with the Ranger. With the Ford, that's funny. You can't get that with the Chevy, and I love Chevys. You can't get that with a Honda Ridgeline. You know what I'm talking about. Honda Ridgelines. That's funny. The next reason why a Tacoma is a great buy is I drive a curvy road to work every single day, and the handling on it is phenomenal. The independent front suspension over a solid front axle, I mean, you can't even compare it. The biggest complaint I have is the way it dives when you brake, but if you do a little bit of lift or toss on some Bilstein shocks or something like that, you can get rid of that. Yes, it does come with Bilstein shocks on the TRD Off-Road Edition, but they're a little soft still, so I mean, you do dive bomb a lot just because of the stink bug sitting nature of the truck. But overall, the handling of it is phenomenal. So if you're looking for something that you can actually like drive around and it feels good, especially on the trails when you're on a bunch of rocks and everything, you can't go wrong with the independent front suspension. And that's just the handling nature of these trucks. The rear does bounce around a bit. I mean, it is still leaf springs back there, and that's just gonna be what it is. You also have drum brakes, which is fine. It's nothing crazy. It's not a killer factor or anything, but overall, for the handling of this truck, I drive this thing like a race car, and it handles just like a Supra. That's not exactly true, but the handling is really good, especially compared to some other rigs where you got death wobble and you got to worry about other things like that. So independent front suspension on this works great. All right, so next thing, let's talk about gas mileage a little bit. Real quick question though. Girls, do y'all shake it when you take it out, or is that just a guy thing? Always been curious. So let's talk about gas mileage just a little bit. So I've showed you guys pictures in the past where I've gotten up to 21 miles per gallon after a 40 mile road trip with this truck to work and back. And that's actually pretty good if you ask me. I'm sitting on 285s with a 2.3 lift and I'm getting 21 miles per gallon. Anybody who's had a 5th gen 4Runner knows that that's unheard of, especially after you go to 285s. You're really around the 16 mile per gallon range, especially in a Jeep. So overall, I'd say if you're looking for a rig that actually gets pretty decent gas mileage, Tacoma's the way to go. Especially when I was sitting on stock tires, no lift. I was getting around 22, 24 miles per gallon, and that's with a gas engine. So overall, I'd say that's pretty impressive. So if you're looking for something that gets decent gas mileage, Tacoma's the way to go. All right. I know yesterday I took a couple jabs at the interior, but I do want to say this. The simplicity of this interior is actually really, really nice. To be able to shift on the fly from 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive high while I'm going down the mountains, especially when it turns icy real quick, this is super simple. I love that. This isn't extravagant by any means. I know where everything is. I don't have to worry about trying to find buttons in the midst of a million different things. These buttons are super easy to use and find. This is the only one that I really like to use. This, I think, is a little Gucci. If you have to use A-Track, I don't know. I'm just a standard 4 low with lockers type of guy. I don't want a bunch of other accessories. But anyways, super simple. All of this stuff, very easy to use and very, very good placement of it all. Plus, a couple cool features if you guys don't know much about this, but this does have a phone charging port, so you can just lay your iPhone right there, lay your phone there, hit this button right here, and your phone starts charging automatically, which is really cool. I mean, for what it is, that's perfect. Has a parking assist, all that good stuff, blind spot monitoring. What button did I really enjoy that I wanted to show you guys? Where is it? The clutch start, we've already gone over that. Oh, this right here. One of my favorite features of the interior, and I don't know why, but this is so silly, but this right here is auto brights on and off. So if you hit this button and you have your brights on, it automatically shuts your brights off when a car is coming and turns them back on when the car is gone. I don't know how it works, but it's phenomenal. It works great. I use it every single day. I never have this off. And whenever I need brights, they're just on. And whenever a car comes, it turns them right off. So this button right here is actually pretty cool and pretty clutch. So again, this is actually a good feature in these rigs, in my opinion. Super simple to use, has everything you need, nothing more. So another reason why the Tacoma is a great buy. Okay guys, check out these views. That lake is frozen over, people ice fishing out there. It's really cool. Okay, so moving on. Next reason, these rigs are perfectly sized. So if you've looked at the Tundra, if you've looked at a full size, a half-ton truck or a 3/4 ton truck, for what you get out of this and capability wise, it is phenomenal. I did mention that it's a little bit compact in here, but on the flip side, that's actually perfect for when you're trying to get down trails. It's very tight. It's extremely nimble, especially in tighter trails. The wheelbase is slightly smaller than the Gladiator, which is good, especially for trying to get over other obstacles, which actually helps a lot. Sorry about the bumpiness, trying to make this work. Just gonna have to hold it. So anyways, like I was saying, the nimbleness of this truck is phenomenal. You get the truck features, you get a bed, you can actually get an extended 6-foot bed if you don't want the 5-foot bed, plus the gas mileage on this is way better than the Tundra. Yes, you get more towing capacity with the Tundra, you get the V8, blah, 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 but if you don't need that, this is a perfect truck. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up with one more thing, and it's not because you have instant Toyota bro friends everywhere, and the fact that you never have to learn how to work on a rig because it never breaks. True fact, I always see more broken Jeeps on the trail than Toyotas on the trail, except for body damage. These tend to have more low-hanging fruit, especially on the 4Runner. Ask me how I know, because I ripped the rear bumper off the first week I had it on Hell's Revenge. But the last reason why you should buy a Toyota Tacoma, and I'm about to make a bunch of people's panties wet here, is overlanding. Overlanding. That is a true fact, folks. Overland is probably the most misused word in the off-road world now, and it's probably one of the most annoying too. If you Google overlanding images, you will probably see Tacomas and 4Runners, and that is pretty much it. They have taken over the world. So if you were looking for the perfect overlanding rig, this is it. I think accessory-wise, there are so many aftermarket parts. I really want to do a bed cage for this, winch on the front. I mean, to be able to take this rig everywhere and anywhere is, I mean, it's one of the best options out there. You have the truck utilities. You can go in the middle of nowhere and have the comfort of knowing that you're not going to break down. And if you do, it'll probably be something that you can get back home with. Just carry a spare tire or two, you'll be good to go. But seriously, and I know make fun of overlanders and the term and stuff like that, but seriously, this rig right here is pretty much the reason why I got it, to be able to go and do that sort of thing where you can just literally pack up a tent, or if you want to sleep in the bed, I prefer to sleep in the rig, which obviously you can't do as well in this. But if you have a bed cage, toss on a rooftop tent or something like that, you can take this anywhere and basically survive out of it for as long as you could possibly want, because you got the bed, you can put all sorts of stuff back there. There's a lot of really good videos and really good Tacoma followings out there. What's her name? Jillian Rebecca does really well. Last Line of Defense, I think he lives up in Conifer. Phenomenal rigs, really great stuff. So there's a lot of really good stuff you could do with this. So if you were looking to get out there, overland, tent, camp, whatever you want to call it, off-road in the middle of the woods, this is a perfect setup. The majority of people are never going to need bigger than a 285 or a 33-inch tire. I mean, that's just a fact. So for something like this, you toss on a 2-inch lift, toss on some 33s, toss on a couple accessories, or not. You can just toss everything in the bed or the back seat, which lays flat. You can go anywhere. So that is absolutely my number one reason to pick up a Tacoma. And that's why I did it. The reliability, all of those other things I've mentioned today, accumulating into the fact that you can take this rig almost anywhere you want to, get away from everyone, enjoy it with your family, enjoy it with your friends, and that's what this is all about at the end of the day. So if you like doing that sort of thing, by all means, please pick up a Tacoma. They're reasonably priced. It's just a great all-around truck, and I know I've complained about it a little bit in the past, but again, those are just my needs and what I like to do. But at the end of the day, this is a great truck, and I absolutely love it. It's done everything I wanted it to do. Performs well, it starts every day, it's got great resale value, it's going to do what I want it to, and I can go to places and just appreciate them with Shay, with the pups, all that sort of things. And that's what I wanted from a rig, and this does it. It does everything I want it to do. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope that's some redemption for my video on not to buy a Tacoma video. But again, everyone has their own opinions and stuff like that. I greatly look forward to having it for the next couple years. Who knows, I may re-gear it, I may toss on some more accessories, which I probably will do because that's just what I do. And I might just end up falling in love with it and keeping it and find a, just a toy on the side to beat up on the trails. But overall, this truck, again, I give it a 9 out of 10 overall for what it is. Not for making it into something it's not supposed to be, but for what it is. This is a great truck and everything I wanted it to be. If you're on the fence and you're looking for a good mid-sized truck, and the Honda Ridgeline is already sold out and you can't find one on Auto Trader, then I highly recommend looking into Tacoma, because it might just be the perfect truck for you. I hope you guys have a great weekend and everyone is doing well. I love making these videos for you guys, and as always, I will see you on the flip side.